Hello, my fellow sickos of any and all genders, TW here, and welcome to me rambling incoherently about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 Plus 2, a remake of the first two games in the franchise. I've been a fan of this series since day one, so hopefully the devs over at Vicarious Visions were able to restore the feeling. First, let's create a skater. Going to be honest, less options here than the PS2 games, which is extremely disappointing. Yes, I'm well aware you can unlock more options, but it still has nothing on games released 20 years ago, so I really hope that the 3 and 4 remakes are much better in this regard. Even the trick selection is smaller than in previous games. Getting into the game itself, everything controls rather well. The physics are smooth without being floaty while still being grounded without feeling like a stone, if any of that makes any sort of sense at all. My point is, it's usually pretty easy to do things. As for the levels themselves, well, if you enjoyed playing them on the PS1/Nintendo 64, then you'll more than likely do so here as well. I was pleasantly surprised they left the secret tape missions in, as VCRs went out of style years ago. I mean, how you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who still owns a DVD player. By the way, yes, I do still own some VHS tapes and a VCR, as well as DVDs, because I do like to actually own some pieces of media. Some say streaming is forever, and it is, until it isn't. Back to the game, I will say that some of the goals did give me a fair bit of difficulty, such as this hidden tape mission in New York City. To get access to this mission, you'll first have to find all 5 of the subway cards. Locating those is easy enough, it's getting this particular one that served to be a real pain. You really gotta be 100% accurate, no room for error whatsoever, and it doesn't help that there are 2 taxis constantly going back and forth like all I want is playing on repeat non-stop. After managing to collect those, you finally get access to first, this easy goal. Excellent, I always enjoy those. Secondly, the aforementioned secret tape. For some reason, I just couldn't get a handle on the physics here. I know what the game wants me to do, which is to grind from one rail and then switch over to the other, but I just couldn't do it no matter how many attempts I made. At least I was able to get the secret tape in Philly. That one was much easier by comparison. Like, it wasn't even close. On another bright note, getting all 3 high score and 1 high combo goals for each level proved to be relatively easy, so I always managed to knock those out rather quickly. If you aren't good at completing all the goals, then unlocking each level might be a slog, as the further you go on, the higher required number of goals you'll need to finish to unlock them. This is 100% dependent on your personal skill level, and for me, things only got difficult during the final 2 or 3 goal-based levels. The other type of levels you'll be visiting are competitions where you compete against other skaters with your 60-second runs analyzed by a group of judges. If you fail at one run, then don't worry, as only your 2 best runs will be counted, so just make sure not to suck twice and you'll be right as rain. Another downside is that after you've reached the final level and do some goals, the game just kinda ends there. No credits, no fanfare, just nothing, which feels a bit empty. So I decided to celebrate with some custom levels from the community. Hey, that's Square Eye Jack. I've seen a few of his YouTube videos, so let's see if his park can be just as good. And son of a William Ass, it is! This park is very well put together. Each piece seems deliberately placed while still feeling organic, which can be easier said than done. 5 out of 5 for you, Jack. Some of the devs also made their own parks, with this one being quite the spectacle with its wavy downward ramp. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. And for our next park, it's Adventureland from Mr. Teague 21. This dark setting plus neon lights is really doing it for me. It may not be as fancy as Jack's, but good golly, Miss Molly Holly is a beautiful 4 out of 5. And lastly, we have Rowdow Rainbow, but as you can see, no creator name is given, unfortunately. Nevertheless, it's a rather decent flat ground park with a rainbow theme. Not much to do, but it does have some nice vibes, plus it's gay as all fuck. 3 out of 5. But this wouldn't be a proper review of any sorts without discussing the soundtrack, which goes hard as any other in the series. We've got the usual suspects like the Ernies, the Vandals, Fu Manchu, Dub Pistols, and Styles of Beyond all returning. On top of that, there are new songs added to the playlist by artists like Zebrahead, The Ataris, Less Than Jake, and A Tribe Called Quest. A fantastic lineup of tunes if I've ever heard one. And that's all I really have to say about this remake. It's a very well done one, but out of all the Tony Hawk games, I'd probably still go back to Underground 1 the most due to it having the best single player mode. Hopefully, we'll one day see a development studio be allowed to create another narratively driven skateboarding game that rules ass, but until then, this remake will do. One last thing, why is the bull ring in Mexico and not Spain? If you wanted a Mexico level, then why not a Lucha Libre arena? Come on, use your heads!